Hello to anybody that is watching. I just want to start by saying a huge thank you to everyone who watched the last video that I posted. I was not expecting to receive as much support as I did from posting that. I had a lot of people messaging me, pretty much straight after they watched it. Really reaching out and offering their support and pretty much letting me know that I'm not alone with the way that I feel at the moment. And that's really what I wanted to achieve from that. I wanted people to know that just because you have mental health issues or, you have stuff going on in your life, it doesn't mean that you have to be by yourself and go through it all by yourself. So anyway, I was really overwhelmed by everyone's response. Like I said, I did not expect that. Even people that I don't really talk to, I have on social media, but everyone has people on social media that they don't really socialize with or anything like that. And it made everyone, I think, more around me more aware of what was going on. I felt incredible after I posted that video. As silly as it sounds, I felt so empowered that I found the confidence within myself to do something like that. There has been so many times where I've wanted to do a vlog or just write a blog, but I just could never find the confidence to do it. I didn't think I was good enough to do it, so I just sort of put it off. So I just wanted to make another video sort of as an update. I think I'll try not to make it as long because I know that the last one was like 13 minutes or something. It was ridiculous. So I am still off work, which sucks, especially for my mental health. I really struggle to not have routine and structure in my life. So with me not being at work, although my kids are still going to daycare and school, we have a morning routine and whatnot and after school, but during the day, I don't really have much of a routine. I have appointments most days, which is fantastic, but there's other days where I don't have anything, and those are the days I really struggle the most. So I have had probably the last 2 weeks, my mental health has been pretty out of control. I haven't really been able to find any balance in my life. Like my mood's just been going up and then down and up and down. And when I have a high, it's incredible. Like it's great. I'm in such a good mood. I have so much motivation. There's so much I want to do. I want to socialize. My house gets cleaned. Physically, I struggle on those days because I can't really keep up with my mood. So I am still having a lot of trouble with my shoulder. So while my brain is saying, get up and clean the house, you feel really good, let's get stuff done, my body is like, nah, I can't do it, which sort of brings me back down to sort of mid-range when I've worked myself up, which is hard, but I'm trying to teach myself that that's just the way it is for the moment. So those days are really good. I love them. I really try and make the most of that. But unfortunately, recently, a really high for me is followed by a really low. So I have just been so anxious to the point where I just don't feel like I'm here. I feel really absent. I feel panicked and nauseous and just really nervous. Anything I do, I just feel my nerves just go through the roof. I had a week off therapy, so I didn't go see my psychologist. And that's sort of when I crashed. I think it was the unknown, not knowing whether I was going to go back to see my therapist or not. So I didn't handle it well. I was very irritable. I couldn't really handle my kids. And usually, like every mum, I struggle a bit, which is only normal, but I couldn't do it. I just really struggled. And even with my husband, like everyone is aware that my husband has started a new job. So he's generally only home for one night a week. So I am living that single mum life when he's not here. And as hard as it is and as much as we miss him, I seem to be handling it well a majority of the time, which is great. But there was a weekend, like a couple of weeks ago, when my husband was home, and I was horrible. I was horrible. And I can admit that, and I always admit if I've been horrible, because I think that's the first step to fixing things, is recognizing when you're not okay and you're not handling things. So anyway, I just was losing it over everything. Like I could not deal with my emotions. I could not find any balance. There was a point where I went and got me and my husband coffees, and I got one of my sons a hot chocolate and the other a baby chino. And we sat on the floor and we drank our drinks, and both of the kids spilt their drinks, and I just lost it. I absolutely lost it. And usually that's something that wouldn't affect me as much as it did, because, accidents happen. We would generally just clean it up. However, this day, I just lost it. Like, not at anyone in particular, I just lost my shit. My husband said to me, it's fine. Like, you gave the kids a drink in a coffee cup. Like, accidents happen. These things are to be expected. And deep down, I knew that. But at that time, I just could not bring myself to deal with it. It was so bad. It was like I could not control myself, to the point where I ended up in tears, and I was just throwing things around, trying to clean up and whatnot. And I couldn't regulate my emotions. Towards the end of that day, I was finally able to calm down and realize what had happened, and obviously apologized to my husband and made sure my kids knew that mum was okay. I was just having a bad day. And I think that's really important too with kids. Like, mine really, really vibe off my energy. I'm sure everyone else's do as well. But if I'm doing really good, my kids behave just amazingly. But if I'm struggling, emotionally, physically, all of the above, they really vibe off it. So my kids could have days where they're like me, like it'll be a super happy household. Everything will run smoothly. Everything will be great. And then all of a sudden I hit a brick wall and I get into this really deep low. And then my kids, like, their behavior turns to shit too. Which is hard, because I feel like I am the reason for the inconsistency. I know that I'm not. Everyone has their shit to deal with and whatnot. But I think as a mum, like, you always just find a reason to blame yourself. So anyway, that's how I've been the last couple of weeks. I went and saw my therapist on Wednesday. I was so excited because I couldn't wait to just offload everything to her. I felt really heavy inside, and I felt like there was a huge weight on my shoulders because I didn't have her there like I usually would, and that was something that I really struggled with, and it made me realize how much I need therapy at the moment, which is great, and I'm happy to admit that. So I went and saw her, and I sat down, and she said, "How has everything been going?" And I just looked at her and I shrugged my shoulders and I said, I don't know. And she's like, "What do you mean?" And I said, I don't know. I don't know what's going on, because when I have these episodes, I feel just empty. Like my brain just, and my feelings and everything just feels like hollow. Like I can't. You can't explain it. And I think anyone else that watches my video and has a mental illness will completely understand where I'm coming from when I say you just don't know. You don't know. Someone asks what's wrong, I don't know. And that's the only way you can explain it, which obviously makes things a lot harder too. However, I spoke to my therapist and everything was great. And I walked out of there feeling so much better. Like I felt like I was on the road to getting back up high again, which was obviously my goal, which was awesome. I did have another low day yesterday though, however, after coming down from such a high, which really sucked, but that's life and that's shit happens. I just went to bed last night to sleep it off, and I woke up this morning and I had a really good sleep last night, which was awesome. And I woke up this morning and I decided today's going to be a better day. I changed my mindset. I didn't think about how yesterday was a bad day. I just focused on how today was going to be a better day, which is super important. At the end of the day, like, it's a bad day, not a bad life. So I think what you only get out of life what you give. And if you wake up in the morning and you decide, oh, today's going to be a shit day like yesterday was, it's probably going to be a shit day. If you wake up in the morning and you're like, today's a better day, you know, like everything is great, I'm going to have a great day, it's going to be a good day, chances are it will be a good day. So I had a few things to do this morning and I decided that I would do my makeup, and I did have my hair down and straightened. But doing this always makes me feel so much better. It makes me feel confident, it makes me feel good, it makes me feel beautiful, which is so important. Again, like I talk about often, self-care. Those are the couple of things I do for self-care. This week I got my hair done and I got my nails done. I got my brows done, which was all neglected for a while when I was really struggling because I just could not be bothered caring about myself. I also purchased, I'll show you. I also purchased this from Kmart, $5 in the stationery department. If you're struggling to find positives in every day, I would highly recommend this because it's incredible. It's called a gratitude journal. So I fill it out at the end of every day, which is great. So this is what it looks like inside. It's really cute. Looks like it's from Kikki.K, but it's just Kmart. $5, even better. It says, I will let go of, I am grateful for, and I will focus on. And I know that even yesterday when I was having a low day, filling it out at the end of the day really made me focus on what I was grateful for and what I was going to focus on. Yeah, so I just wanted to recommend getting one of those, which is really good. And it's another thing, like, you can go back and say if you're filling it out for like a month or something like that, and you go back to the first day you filled it out and seeing your progress on working on yourself, which is good. I am still really struggling with my shoulder, which sucks. I had a couple injections into my shoulder, which really pushed me over the edge with my anxiety, as I am petrified of needles. And unfortunately for me at this point of time, it's made my pain worse, but I'm hoping and keeping my fingers crossed that things start to pick up soon for me physically. But yeah, so I just wanted to pop on and thank everyone for watching the first video that I posted, which was awesome. And yeah, I just wanted to do a quick update. Thank you.